Hey everyone, thanks for listening to the Grow Your Life podcast. My name's Jeremiah Krakowski, and in this podcast, we find out ways for you to make 6 figures in your business, 7 figures, and what strategies are going to help you reach your goals. By making more money in a business, you can be able to live a bigger life and grow your life. This is not just about business strategy, but it's also about the mindset that you need to get results, and we bring those two together. Now today, it's going to be more focused on business strategy, and so if you're somebody that wants to know how to create an attractive offer for your niche, if you're somebody that wants to know how to attract the right customers to you, listen, without an attractive offer, you are literally swimming upstream. You're fighting against the current. You're going against the opposite of what's going to work. Because what happens is when you find, basically it's a flow. There's a lane of flow that you can step into. And it's really, this is almost even like a spiritual term, but practically in business, there's a flow of money. There's a flow of customers. There's a flow of focus. And so when you find the flow of focus of your target customer and your niche, if you create an offer that specifically is aligned with that flow of where your target customer is already putting their focus, that becomes an attractive offer to you. And we've tested this out. It can bring the cost of your marketing, of your advertising, of all of your efforts down by over 600%. And so a lot of you say, hey, I tried to run ads and I lost money. This is how to not lose money running ads. Because if you're spending 1/6, let's just say it's costing you $60 to get somebody in, but your product costs $30, okay? You're losing $2 on every dollar you spend. $60 in ad spend, $30 product, you are losing double of what you're making back. So you're spending more than you make. Aligning your offer to your niche and finding that flow of focus, that lane of focus, that focus that your market is in. So if you brought your cost down from that $60 to $10, you're able to spend $10 on advertising to make $30. So you tripled your money, okay? You went from losing double of what you were spending to tripling your money. And so when you understand that, when you understand how to create an offer that directly aligns with your target customer, that directly aligns with what they want, what they care about, what their passions are, what their goals are, what they're looking for, what they're already asking for, you're able to make more money. Now, if you don't know what your niche is, I did a video on my social media today about this. I'm going to kind of condense it down. You need to have a feedback loop going on with the people on your social media and using your social media to get feedback to hear what your audience cares about. I've talked to thousands of people. Once you talk to thousands of people, you have conversations through the internet with thousands of strangers. Yes. And that right there probably makes some of you sick to your stomach to even think about. I get that. So that's going to be most of the focus for most of you is getting to the point where you can actually have those conversations with people. Once you get comfortable enough and you start facilitating those conversations with thousands of strangers on the internet, you're going to find patterns, and then those patterns are going to tell you the niche that your customers are in that are most likely to engage with you, to listen to your music, to buy your products, to pay for your services. And then you make all of your messaging on social media about those topics, okay? And so then from there, you're able to craft offers that are attractive to that niche. So once I've identified my target customer, by the way, target customer and niche aren't the same thing. Let's define that. Target customer is a type of person. It's more based on how they do things, their psychology, their activities, their goals. I have a goal to work with. It's course creators, authors, speakers, influencers, and this is who I've worked with the most for the last 18 years. But then there's a niche of those with a specific problem that I serve the most. So I've dove into that. There's a wide range of those people, but I know that I actually can't serve every course creator. I know that I can't serve every author, every speaker. I just don't resonate with all of them. So I resonate with a very specific group of them that I've worked with, that I've helped grow their businesses to 7 and 8 figures. And so then I figure out, okay, what do all of those people have in common? And how do I find as many of those people as possible? And then how do I create offers that are attractive to those specific people? And I make all of my social media content, all of my blog posts, all of my podcast episodes, all of my products, all of my messaging about that specific person who is let's just use a course creator or an author, because they're very similar to each other. The idea of making a course, a book is basically a written course. Let's be real. An author or a course creator, down to the sub niche that I have, which is generally going to be people that are not super tech savvy, okay? So I've found that lane, that need help with their messaging and how to attract customers. So I'm not looking for the course creators and authors that don't have any trouble with that. I'm looking for the ones that are struggling to find their niche, their messaging, okay? So that's a sub-lane of a sub-lane of people that are educators. And that's my niche. And so then I create offers that serve and attract those people. So we have irresistible offers that sell. It's all about creating your offer. We have social media ads that work. It's one of the most best-selling courses I have. We've sold hundreds of those. We have my website building course. These are offers that this type of person, that my sub-niche of customer most wants and is likely to buy. And every single product that we create is based off of that idea of who the target customer is, what the niche is, okay? And so then I'm crafting my offers not around what I want to give them, but around what they have already told me that they want. So I have a feedback loop going where my target customer, the group of people that I work with, is already telling me what they struggle with, what their problems are, what they're dealing with, what they need help with. And all that I'm delivering back, see, it really is this easy. I think a lot of you try to overcomplicate the process and think that it can't possibly be this easy. And that's what keeps you stuck. I literally just give my audience what they've already told me they want and they buy. And every single coaching client that we have, every single business that we've consulted, every single company that we've worked with, the exact same formula works. You find exactly what the niche is, what they want. You give them what they're already telling you in the feedback loop. That's why you have to connect with thousands of strangers that are in your niche, and they will literally tell you with their own words what offer to make them. And then you just make that offer to them. I'm going to offer you a solution to get your messaging right, to create a niche, to find your niche, to create an offer that's attractive, that will bring in sales so that you can make $10,000 to $40,000 a month in as little as 90 days. That sounds pretty attractive to most of you if you're listening to this right now. And that's how you know that you're part of my target customer group. And that's the people that I serve with my courses and my coaching, and that we help. That's what all of my content is based off of. That's what all of my podcasts are based off of. So not just the target customer, but focusing on the niche of what that target group wants from me and giving them exactly what they've told me that they want. And so let's flip it for you instead of talking all about me. What's your target customer, your target audience, your target community? What's the niche of those people? And if you need help with that, we have a number of podcast episodes on this podcast, over 141 episodes. I have a video that I just did on my social media today, December 16th, about this. My course, Irresistible Offers That Sell, is $57 on my website. Walks you through in detail how to discover all of this, who your target customer is. And then you discover what's that sub-niche that target customer is in, and what do they want from me. So you create opportunities, you create chances, you create moments. See, a lot of us create opportunities, moments, and chances for self-sabotage. We create moments and chances to give up, to say it's too hard. What if you started creating opportunities, chances, and moments to have a connected conversation with your target customer in your specific niche? And that became the focus of your social media and all of the free content that you put out there. Do you think that you would be able to talk to 1,000 strangers on the internet and discover exactly what they want? And then create or find, by the way, you don't always have to create it. You can find somebody else that has created a product and market it to them as an affiliate, direct sales, network marketing, partnerships, JV deals. So you don't always have to create the product. You can find somebody else that has created the product that your niche wants, and you direct them to somebody else's and take a percentage of that. Okay? But the best for profit margins is going to be for you to create your own products, your own books, your own resources that you own, so that then you get 100% of the profits. And that's where then you are much more profitable if you run advertising campaigns, because you're making all the profits back. And so then you learn how to create those products. We got a course on my website called Easy Course Creation Blueprint, where I walk you through how to create your own courses that are world class, that serve people. The people that go through our courses tell us that they are the best courses that they've ever gone through on the topics that we deliver. Do we get negative feedback from people on the internet? All the time. We got haters. We got lots of people that are hating us. We got more people that love what we're doing than haters, but that's just life. You see me talking about that on my social media. You can't worry about what other people think about you if you want to be successful. And so when you offer your target customer what they want, not what you're trying to force feed down their throat. I see so many people doing that, trying to force things down people's throats that they have no desire for because they want to make people do what they want. That comes from it's just a wrong perspective. You're not serving people doing that. You are going to have to deliver hard messages to people. You are going to have to, if you want to be an influencer, a course creator, an author, a speaker, teacher, tell people things that they don't want to hear. But you do so by connecting with what people want and then leading them to that place. See, if I started this video all about you can't force, I've tested this out, by the way. Let's pause here. I've tested this out, where I've tried to put out there what I want to make people listen to. It gets no engagement. It gets no connection. There's nobody that comments. Nobody even listens to it. It has zero impact on people when I'm trying to force my ideas down people's throats through social media and business. But when I lead with what people want, creating an attractive offer, I can then move somebody into learning and discovering what I want to share with them. If I led with, don't force down people's throats what they don't want to hear, you'd probably tune me out. You'd probably stop listening. But leading with how to create an attractive offer, I led you down the path, if you've been listening to this from the beginning, to get to that main point. And so now that's more effective. And it's the same with you. So you want to bait the hook of your offer with exactly what your target customer wants, not what you think they should do. And that will help you create an attractive offer by creating that feedback loop, by getting that feedback, by connecting with people through social media, by connecting when having conversations with real live human beings that eat food, that wake up in the morning, that have struggles, that have kids, that feel stuck, that feel lost and confused. That's real life. Real human beings. Connecting with other human beings other than yourself and having them tell you what they want. For some of you, I get that that is the scariest thing that you've ever done in your life. That's an area to work on. And if that is scary, there's a whole lot of great books on that topic. You might need to find a mentor or a coach or maybe even a counselor to help you with your fear of connecting with other people. We can't be worried and afraid of what everybody thinks about us in order to be successful in business. Your self-esteem, your self-image has to be at a peak level, and believing in yourself and believing in what you offer if you're ever going to attract your target customer to you. People don't like connecting with people that aren't confident. They don't connect with people that don't believe in what they're doing. And so if that's you, if that's where you're at, that's one of the first places to start doing the work, to start to grow in that confidence of just connecting with strangers, making friends, having conversations with people. You know, I was homeschooled, okay? A lot of y'all, I've never brought this up, and I've never brought this into this conversation. I was terrified to connect with people when I left my parents' house when I grew up. At 18 years old, going into the real world, I moved across the country from Michigan to California and was terrified. And I had to get past that fear of talking to people. I could barely record a video like I'm doing right now 10 years ago because I didn't want to say the wrong things. 3 years ago, when I committed to making daily social media content, I was terrified of saying the wrong things on social media. And now I can tell you to this day, I'm not scared. I'm not worried about what anybody thinks about me when I'm making content on social media. I'm not worried about how they judge me. It's not even a thought in my mind. My focus is how can I serve other people. And so if I can do it, you can too. If I've been able to grow from being absolutely paralyzed to talk to people, really. You know, I tried to do phone sales when I was 18 and almost threw up with the fear of rejection. Now, fear of rejection, I'm not afraid of. If I can do it, so can you. I really believe it. And I believe that one of the best ways to do that is making video on social media. One of the best ways that we have now to help you grow in that is to bite the bullet and put yourself out there, even if you think that people are going to judge you, even if you think that you don't sound perfect, even if you don't think that you're saying the right things. My friends, I just recorded this live podcast. I had to pause it, go get a cord from my desk over there and walk back over because my computer stalled. My computer stopped working. And then I had to edit that and then keep rolling with it. I used to have to stop recording my podcast for a whole 24 hours when stuff like that used to happen. If I can do it, so can you. You can grow in these areas. If you're stuck, if these are preventing you from being successful, if these are preventing you from connecting with people on the internet, these are areas that you can grow in and you can get better at, just like I have. You can teach an old dog new tricks. I truly believe that. Even if you've not been comfortable with it in your life. And listen, now with COVID-19, nobody's judging how you look on camera anymore. They might have 3 years ago. Nobody is anymore. And so just be yourself. Just show up authentically and connect with people and make your goal, how can I connect with other human beings through the internet? How can I learn? What do they care about? How can I discover what motivates them? What drives them? What keeps them up at night? What problems do they have? And facilitating those conversations, you'll be able to create offers that attract your target customer to you. Now, if you're listening to this podcast episode and it's not the end of 2021, I am no longer taking free calls with people starting on January 1st, 2021. But if you're listening to this before 2022, January 1st, 2022. But if you're listening to this before January 1st, 2022, you can schedule a free call with me on my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com. I'm going to be charging $500 an hour minimum for you to work with me over Zoom January 1st. But if you're listening to this before January 1st, you can schedule a free call with me at my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com. I bumped it up to a 30-minute call, absolutely free. And we can talk about your business, your product, your service, your niche, what you're dealing with. I want to hear from more of you. We've been doing this for a couple of years, and we're finally ending that. And we're only going to be working with paid customers from now on. except through social media. But you still have a limited time until the end of the year to schedule one of those free calls with me. It's not a sales pitch either. I promise you that. Listen, if you're somebody that wants to build a business to 6 figures, if you want to make $10,000, $20,000, $40,000 a month, I'd love to help you do that. My courses, this podcast, my social media content. Stay plugged in. Stay connected. We'll talk soon, everybody. Have a good one.